Hey Salesforce Hubs, my name is Shruthi M N, your Salesforce Coach and YouTuber. I have an experience of about 2.1 years in the Salesforce ecosystem, and as a Salesforce Coach and YouTuber, I have completed my tenure, which is 6 months. I have an overall experience of more than 5 years in the industry, which we quote as a developer. And I worked as an assistant project manager as well. If you're ready to start your Apex coding journey, hit like, share and subscribe. Let's reach 500 trailblazers together this week. Welcome back to day 2 of the Salesforce Developer series, where we learn to code, build and innovate the cloud. Apex is, and I want you to quote your examples in the comment section below. Own programming language. It is object oriented language. Strongly typed. And it runs natively on the Salesforce platform. Think of it like Java plus Salesforce magic, used to automate complex business logic, create integrations, and build scalable apps. You will write Apex code in the developer console. Type in the comment section below what is your debugging motive, either a developer console or VS Code. But today we will start simple and hands-on. Apex syntax and variables hands-on. Let's open your developer console. Click on your profile, navigate to setup, select developer console and open in a new tab. Open your execute anonymous window. And type this code with faith. Debug your motive. Now, when it comes to our reference, that is the class which I've created, and I'll open the class for your reference, and I'm quoting the examples step by step for you to understand. Now, write the code. Public static void welcome method. Let's break it down. Public class hello world or hello Salesforce, depending on the syntax which you prove as a name, defines your class. So let's add a comment. Day 2 Apex basics by let's define this class as defines your method as a medium in frame with the line, that is the name of the method with the message. When it comes to the next line, public static void welcome message, where we understand the definition means the welcome message is in place with the method and the code which we define your class here, and here it is your method. I repeat, I had to place the method here as a conference to this statement and then place it as a class to understand your perspective as a medium where hello world or hello Salesforce as a context will be in place with the welcome message only if your method is defined inside the class. Next. Here understand the medium, the definition. String name equals Salesforce Hubs. Inside the method which we define it as a context where string is equal to the text data type as a preference and example that the string data type is equal to the integer only if the quoted context is in place with the duration, and should be clear with the context that it is a duration which we can quote as a integer with the context, that is whole number as a formulated evidence or numbers based on the context. Let's place our next formulae, that is decimals, for the course fee, which is equal to 12,500.50 as a formulated evidence that when two decimals meet, as a preference to the context that we have to place our circumstance as an evidence, and the formulae which we are typing is A and B are two courses and when we insert another course, that is C as a preference and context that the course fee should be in place as a number with an interest or GST. Now, after we place this as a preference, A to B will be equal to the course, but the interest or the GST will be added to the course C as a preference and medium, that it is a master, and I want my reference to be placed master detail relationship with the object, which is junction. If you have understood my thought or the preference which I am typing, then comment in the comment section below. Let's move on to the next part of our session, that is the meaning which I've quoted as a comment, that is decimal, with the preference that it is numbers with decimals. Now, when we quote Boolean is of active as a statement, and if it's equal to true, I quote this as a reference to the medium, that is master detail relationship with the thought that if the course is active, then the members who are enrolling for the application, or the members who have enrolled for the application, is in place with the truth, that is a Boolean field which will help you to context the reference. As a medium and context, that the Boolean field is true or false. Now, after you finish quoting this as a preference, let's move on to the next phase, that is the system.debug statements. System.debug and welcome plus the name as a preference to the context that we have to, and I want you to comment in the comment section below the name of the preference as a context, that the code can be executed with this inheritance as a medium. Second, if you want to understand another statement, that is the variant, which can be concluded as a course duration, then, and I wanted to place your preference along with the medium with the space to enhance the portal, and I wanted to execute each statement as a line of code. That is, the duration is days, and next we can quote this as another formula. And fee with the note. that the formula should be quoted as a medium with rupees as a quote. Plus the course fees or the course fee. Next, system dot debug with a reference, that is Diwali offer, as a preference to my context, that is active as a statement and as a preference to my context, that is offer act, as a statement and conference to the reciprocal that you have understood this session based on the preference which I had received. Now let's head towards our context, that we have completed our project with the variables which are quoted in the statement, and now we have to conduct the debug logs as a preference to execute the code. So let's debug in the execute anonymous window as a preference, that you can run this code. Okay, you can run this code as a context and using the name of the method along with the class as a preferred medium, that the code can be executed after you open the logs, so that you see the output lines the way you have proceeded with the code. Now select debug only to understand the medium, and congratulations, you just wrote your first Apex class and method and executed it successfully. Question for you: if I replace question for my Salesforce Hubs, and I want you to comment after I complete my question. If I replace string name equal to Salesforce Hubs with string name equal to Trailblazer, and we have to understand the context which I am providing as a semicolon as well, where the changes which I want you to observe is what changes in your output, or what changes are performed in your output. confidence. Drop your answers in the comments below. Here's your mini challenge for today. Create your own class called as StudentInfo. Inside it, add student name, second, an integer, score, third, a Boolean is certified variable, then print it using the system not debug statements. Share your code or screenshot in the comments using hashtag Salesforce Hubs Day 2, and I'll feature top learners in day 3. Now let's focus on the recap of our session. Today you learned Apex, syntax and structure, declaring variables and data types, executing code in the anonymous window. Tomorrow in day 3 we will explore control statements and loops to make your code think and decide. Do not miss our Diwali offer. Complete admin plus developer plus our advanced developer package at rupees 12,500, which is a self-paced course. You can use the coupon code, that is DW2025CF, valid for 1 month only. Now, to all my followers, you have to drop in your queries with the solution only if you followed my videos and advice and the activity which I have quoted as a preference to win this coupon code. Now my preferences are rupees 5,000 per course, that is the self-paced course, only if it is between the thought which I am providing, that admin and developer series are in place with your propaganda or the provision which I am providing, so you have to fill in your form. Now, the reason I have increased the fees to 5,000 from 3,000 as a forum and evidence that my theory within the Salesforce ecosystem is only within the time frame which I am quoting, that is 3 months for admin and developer and 10 days for advanced admin. When it comes to a self-paced course, you have to first complete your assignments and send it as an email to me shrutinrc@gmail.com as a proof that you've completed the assignment, and you have an extension of 2 years as a support. This is valid for 1 month. Now when it comes to the normal course which you will adopt, that is the self-paced course, which is for 5,000, it is valid for 1 year as a curriculum. And I repeat this again to my followers that I cannot guarantee placements. The reason is, once I place your profile for any company, the review should be conducted in a manner which I want. And in case you are not satisfied with the course and you try to place your resume to a customer, then my review and rating will be based on the evidence that you provide, that is the feedback to them. Certificate will be provided based on 2 propaganda. First half is the review, and the second certificate with a feedback, so that the certificate is valid for a range of period, and I quote this as a lifetime opportunity. So this is Shruthi M N, your Salesforce coach. Learn deeply, build boldly, learn confidently. Like, share and subscribe to my channel, that is called Force Chronicles, for day 3 coming tomorrow.